Good morning, sir. My name is Ratan. I'm from ninth. So my question for this morning is, so more than corona deaths, the suicide of the fear is there among the corona, sir. They are making suicide. What we have to understand by that, and how to stop them suicide.
The pandemic situation has begun in the month of February, March to start with in Europe, America, and then our school was shut. The schools were shut on around March 15th. Okay, so 5 months, and you are feeling pressurized, you are feeling negative. Not just you, almost all the students, almost all the adults are feeling distress. Economy is in shambles. People are committing suicide. Lots of negative news is heard. Okay, for a while, let us travel back 100 years into the history. To be precise, 106 years. We are in the year 2020 now. Let's go to 1914. That was the year in which the First World War has begun. The World War was fought for 4 years, 1914 to 1918. It has resulted in great devastation. Not just soldiers were killed, civilians were killed. Now, due to corona, as you have just now pointed out, till now, 7.5 lakh people have been killed worldwide. In India, slightly less than 50,000. Can you guess how many people might have died in this First World War? 4 crore people, 40 million people, 4 crores. Now it is 7.5 lakhs worldwide. 4 crore people have died. Many of them were civilians. Millions, not just millions, billions of property was destroyed. Many people died of hunger, starvation. In spite of all this pandemic situation, not many starvation deaths are seen because government, at least in India, is giving free ration. People are not dying out of hunger. There could be some migrant labor might have died, but overall that is not happening. And just 5 months we are into this pandemic. 4 years, 1914 to 1918. And before the First World War has come to an end, a deadly pandemic by name Spanish flu has begun. Any guess how many people might have died in this pandemic, in that due to that disease? 50 million people, 5 crore people, 4 crores followed by another 5 crores worldwide. Of course, the data pertaining to Spanish flu is not fully available because it was during the wartime basically. So many governments have censored the information. That information may never be available. It is written by historians that not all these 5 crore deaths were because of Spanish flu. In fact, the very word Spanish flu is interesting. Today everybody talks about Spanish flu. They say just like Spanish flu, there is going to be recurrence of this pandemic, second wave, third wave, fourth wave. Today media is terrorizing people. In fact, 4 waves happened in this Spanish flu. Probably nobody knows, nobody can tell with certainty because information was suppressed during that time. Probably it originated in America. But since America is in war and many European nations were in war, they had censored the news. They were not allowed all the news to get published. Whereas Spain was not in war, it was maintaining a neutral stand. So Spanish news agencies used to publish news about this flu, and that's how the word Spanish flu got established. The Spanish flu started in 1918, slightly before the World War has come to an end, and it went on till 1920. 1914 to 1920, how many years? 6 years. Somebody, which means now you students, 3 of you are in class 10, 1 student in class 9. Imagine something of this starting when you are in class 4 and continuing till you reach class 10. When this current pandemic has begun, you are in class 9, almost class 9 has come to an end. Summer holidays, as usual, otherwise also you would have got holidays. Now, okay, school is yet to reopen. Probably, of course, I am not sure, governments will take a decision. Probably in the month of September, maybe second week or third week, schools may be asked to reopen. Of course, no certainty as of it. Just a matter of 5 months, and we got a vaccine today already, Russian vaccine. Okay, questions are raised about its effectiveness. That is a different discussion. And many more vaccines are coming up. And now almost all the doctors, scientists are telling that the mortality rate, the number of deaths worldwide because of this coronavirus, drastically coming down because the virus has become weak. Just 5 months or 6 months, we are feeling so much, we are suffering so much. Imagine the plight of those people. 1914, World War has begun. 1920, of course, 1918 World War has come to an end, and then overlapped by the Spanish flu. 6 years. Don't you think many more people should have committed suicide? Many more, humanity should have ceased to exist, isn't it? Spanish flu has attacked 1 out of 3 people in the world at that point of time. Don't you think people would have buckled under this pressure? I want you to imagine yourself. I am going to give you 2 roles now. One is the role of an young boy. When the World War I has begun, that boy was just 17-year-old, which means something like an 11th class or 12th class. 17-year-old boy. Imagine yourself in the role of 17-year-old boy. Another one of you, imagine yourself in the role of a 45-year-old man. Your father's, your parents' age is around that. They are in 40s, I know. Okay, so one yourself, other one your father. These 2 roles, imagine yourself, you are in 1914, and your journey from 1914 onwards, I will describe. That boy, when the World War has begun, his age was 17. He was in college. In fact, he was studying in a British school, British convent. He was the 9th child of a rich man. That person had 14 children. He was the 9th child. They were rich. So the parents have admitted this boy into a very good convent. Once the World War has begun, he got influenced he understood the true nature of the British. Britishers have pushed our country into the war. We were in no way connected to First World War. If India was ruled by our own people, we would have never become a party to this First World War. But it was British people's headache. They made us a part of the war. So they have hiked the taxes. There were shortages, food grain shortages, inflation. The prices going up. There was hardship all over, starvation, deaths all over the world. This young boy got influenced. He understood the true nature of Britishers. His father wanted him to become an IAS officer. Not exactly IAS. During those days, you know what is IAS today? Indian Administrative Service. They are the people, bureaucracy, the people who really run the country. Political executives, chief ministers, prime ministers, they are elected by the people. They rule for a certain period, like 5 years, or they are re-elected 10 years, that way. The people, the bureaucracy which runs the country is basically IAS, IPS. During Britishers' time, IAS was called as ICS. This rich man from Cuttack, the present Orissa, erstwhile part of Bengal, wanted his ninth son to become an ICS officer. He has given him 10,000 rupees during those days. 10,000 rupees is more than 10 lakh today. This man traveled, this young boy traveled all the way from India to London, because during that time the ICS examination was held only in London. When he traveled, he was just 21-year-old. Can you tell me how many days the journey might have taken? Today, if you want to go to London, it's a matter of 7 to 11 hours, depending on from what kind of flight you are going, you are traveling, and is there any stop in between and all that. Surely not more than 11 hours. During those days, he traveled for 35 days. Of course, ship, 35 days. He landed in London. He was successful. Remember, during those days, ICS examination, if you get selected, you will become the district collector, district magistrate. Your status is more than a king. Much more power. The ICS officers of British colonial era were much more powerful than their counterparts today, that is IAS officers. Maybe 10 times more powerful. All the glamour, power, everything. So that is the reason why many British youngsters used to compete for this ICS examination. Exam was held in London. Obviously, it was in English. Examination was in English. It was very almost impossible, if not impossible, very difficult for an Indian student to get through this ICS examination. This boy traveled all the way to London. He not just succeeded, he got 4th rank in the examination. If the World War was not there, remember, during this period, the whole world was in turmoil. In Germany alone, believe it or not, 80,000 children died out of starvation. Bombs, destruction, those days are different. Nothing to eat. Starvation deaths. 80,000 children died in Germany during this First World War. And many children were undernourished, malnourished, not enough to eat. There was a famine in Persia, the present day Iran, which resulted in another 2 crore deaths, 20 million deaths. Okay, so seeing all this human suffering, otherwise the boy would have become ICS officer, would have come back to India, he would have ruled the country, he would have, ruled the, not the whole country, but in his own capacity, he would have enjoyed his life, and none of us would have remembered his name. Any idea about which guy, which youngster I am talking about? Subhash Chandra Bose. If the First World War was not there, if the Spanish flu was not there, if the Persian famine was not there, all those hardships were not there, he would have become an ICS officer, he would have enjoyed his life, he would have, there is a poem in Telugu, Puttaloni Chadalu Puttada Gettada. The termites in the mound, they live for a while, they perish. Who cares for them? Who remembers them? Only few people leave their mark on humanity, make their presence felt in the books of history, change the course of human history. But for the hardships, Subhash Chandra Bose would have become a simple ICS officer. I'll talk more about what Subhash Chandra Bose did a bit later. Now let me talk about that gentleman, 45-year-old man. Today, people are returning from abroad. For example, people are returning from Gulf countries. We are around 40, 45 age. And when they come back to India, naturally they are feeling despair. I've worked all these years in Dubai, in some other area of Gulf area. I've settled in my life. Now all of a sudden there is this dislocation. At this age, at the age of 45, what beginning I am going to make in India? Many people feel it is too late. I am already 45 year, life to chala gaya. Now what fresh beginning, what business I am going to start here? What am I going to do? Do you feel 45 is too late in life to start a new innings? I will talk about a man who started a new innings at the age of 45. This man left for a foreign country when he was 20-year-old. He came back to India when the First World War has begun. First World War has begun in 1914. This man came back from abroad in 1915. These 5 years, when he came to India, not many people knew him. Okay, some people knew him because of his activities abroad, but he was not that popular. 1915 to 1920, these 5 years, he became the undisputed leader of Indian national movement. He was none other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. The foundation for Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was in South Africa, no doubt. He became somewhat popular there. But his presence was not so evident in India. He came back to India in 1915. World War was going on, everywhere hardships. Did he stay at home? No. Okay, he toured the country. He visited number of places. He understood Indian psyche. He was moved by what is going on in the country. Then he started Khilafat movement. He gave a call against asking people to rebel against Rowlatt, unjustified Rowlatt Act. Now you are telling about a series of incidents. You know, around that time, I told you, First World War, Spanish flu, Persian famine. In India, in 1919, you know, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You take up history books, 100 events, 200 events, all gloomy events. But the point, my dear children, those people were not cowed down. They didn't got discouraged. This has strengthened their resolve. The happenings in India and elsewhere in this world during the period 1914 to 1920, these 6 crucial years, have prepared hundreds, thousands of people who are in teens, who are in 20s, who are in 30s. You name any leader, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, B.R. Ambedkar, Rajendra Prasad, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. So many. Those people who played a crucial role in Indian freedom struggle. Non-cooperation movement 1920, Salt Satyagraha, civil disobedience movement 1930, mainly in the Quit India movement 1942. They were the ones who underwent through these hardships. Those leaders, either they were in teens like you, teenage, or they were in 20s, or they were in 30s. But for this hardship, remember, people who are trained in the school of hardship, they become strong, they emerge as leaders. I'll tell you more about, we'll know more about Subhash Chandra Bose, how they reacted, and Gandhi, and then I'll come back to this point. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Yes. Subhash Chandra Bose, he got selected to ICS, as I told you. But he has seen First World War around. Now my question to you is, you are seeing what is happening to society. You are rightly raised the questions. Yes, people are dying. People are dying because of disease. 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more people are suffering because of panic, because of fear, because of shutdowns. Of course, shutdowns are justified. I mean, I'm talking about its impact, the economic impact. Now, that should make you much more stronger. Your resolve should be, you should come out with a greater resolve today. Arre, this is my country. My dear children, what were you doing? What your seniors doing all these days? You are all lucky. I am also lucky. People of our generation are lucky. Those who are born in the post-independent India, India has hardly seen any hardships. Chalo, 1950s, early 1960s, there were some hardships. Famine was there in some areas. War with China was there. Pakistan was there. But later on, especially after 1980 and 1990, somebody who was born in 1990, how old he or she will be now? 30-year-old, isn't it? 1990, 10 years, now 20 years, 30-year-old. So people who are less than 30 years of age, especially you people who are born in this new millennium, that is 2000 onwards, you have seen only prosperity, because the whole world underwent, it went through the process of globalization, economic liberalization. Because of that, a lot of wealth was generated. Okay, because of liberalization, because of globalization, certain sections of the society have suffered. That is a different question. That is not for discussion in today's topic. But the middle class, the urban class, people have profited a lot. They have benefited a lot. Prosperity all around. You never knew what is a hardship. The impact is the present day teens, the people who are in their 20s, early 30s, they only know how to enjoy. Go to a pizza corner, eat junk food, drink gallons of Coke, watch all sorts of stuff on the internet. How many people were caring for society? How many people were caring for their own health, as well as the health of their family members, as well as the health of the social health of the society? If I ask you to name some great leaders, can you name some leaders quickly? Some 3-4 names? Anybody who comes to your mind? Narendra Modi. Yes, quickly. Mahatma Gandhi. Yes. Subhash Chandra Bose. Quickly. Rabindranath Tagore. It will be very difficult for you to name somebody. Okay, Narendra Modi or APJ Abdul Kalam. There are people, but most of the names which come to your mind were the ones who took birth in the British India before independence. How come British India, 19th century, starting from Raja Ram Mohan Rai to Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Dayananda Saraswati, so many socio-religious reformers. Then 20th century, hundreds, thousands of political leaders, visionaries. India has produced so many great leaders. After 1950, how many great leaders? Okay, there are there, but their number is very limited when compared to that of this thing. Because the reason is, people who are born in hardships, they attain the nerves of steel. Chandragupta Maurya, the person who founded the Mauryan Empire, he was born in hardships. He was born to a Shudra lady. So, when he was young, he faced all sorts of discrimination. So, that has made him strong. I can give you 1,000 examples. People who are born in riches, not necessarily, but generally, they become haughty, they headstrong, they don't empathize, they don't care for humanity. The extra wealth generated by parents spoils children of today. That doesn't mean I'm not suggesting that one should be in poverty. What I'm trying to say is, what are the lessons that you learn? Subhash Chandra Bose, let me continue with that briefly. He resigned ICS. I don't want to serve these colonial masters who are exploiting my country. He resigned it. Just imagine it. Getting into that is almost impossible task. Is a dream also, IAS. For lakhs of people, you got into that with flying colors. you resign it. Then you come back to India, you participate in the political struggle, you are arrested, you are sent to Mandalay jail, the present day Myanmar, Burma, earlier Burma, present day Myanmar. There you contract the dreaded TB. Hare, what were you and what are you today? You should have been by now collector, magistrate, with the police people around, traveling in a car, Impala car, those days. Not, I don't know, again, Impala car, whatever car. I mean, all those official luxuries, you are in a jail and you contracted TB. Now, do you think you should have left it that play at that point of time? My God, what is this? These hardships I don't want. Now, let me enjoy my life. No. When he was released, again he came back. He joined hands with Jawaharlal Nehru. They started India Independence League movement. Then he was elected as Calcutta city's mayor. Then in 1938, he went on to become president of Congress. You know, in 1939, Gandhiji was by that time, Gandhiji was the undisputed leader of Congress. Whereas Subhash Chandra Bose differed with Gandhiji. So Gandhiji was against the use of violence. Subhash Chandra Bose felt, no, we cannot support Britishers. Britishers, remember, by that time in 1939, Second World War has begun. 6 years, you have seen 1914 to 1920. Do you think this saga has come to an end? By 1927, slowly, the Great Depression has begun. Actually, 1920, history books write as 1929, but in reality, the economic hardships have begun from 1927. It went on for 4 years, 5 years. Many banks collapsed. Many business houses were shut. Millions of people were pushed onto the roads. Great Depression. Hey, what kind of life you are having, man? When you are in teens, when you are in school, World War, pandemic, then now you are in 20s, no jobs, World Depression. Chalo, again with courage you pull out. 1939, another World War has begun. Second World War, it went on for how many years? 6 years. 1939 to 1945. Any guess how many people died? 8 crores. 7.5 lakhs coronavirus. 8 crores. 10 times more destruction. Cities like Hiroshima, Nagasaki were ruined. Many civilians were killed. Lots of starvation deaths. This is the period when our youngster Subhash Chandra Bose, when our elderly man Gandhiji, they proved themselves to this. I am giving 2 examples. Remember, my dear children, there are thousands and thousands of such examples. Just as a case study, I took one example of a person of your age. I mean, when we started in 1914, he was of your age. And other person of your father's age, because parents are watching this program. I also want to draw lessons from this. This lesson of mine is not just for slaters, it is for the parents as well. 45, I'll come back to Gandhiji slightly. So now the Subhash Chandra Bose differed with Gandhiji, challenged Gandhi. Of course, he respected Gandhiji. Challenge doesn't mean trying to harm the person. Ideologically different. And he was expelled from Congress. He was house arrested. Police were there around his house. You know, in 1940, Subhash Chandra Bose, he acted as if he lost all his memory. He went mad. He made everybody believe. So all the police people, it went on for a number of months. So they thought, yes, this man, in the beginning they thought this man must be acting. But since he continued with that, they all thought that this man has lost his memory. Something like your Gajini, cinema movie. Okay, Gajini at least used to remember, but he acted as if he lost. Then when the police security people around his house, when they were, not alert, he escaped. He traveled all the way He went to Afghanistan. From there he went to USSR. He met Stalin. He wanted to take the help of Stalin, but for various, I cannot explain in this class why Stalin was not ready. So he was not ready. Then he went to Germany. He met Hitler. World War is going on, my dear children. Everywhere, death, destruction, bombs. And this man is traveling in disguise. If Britishers come to know that this is Subhash Chandra Bose, they will arrest him immediately. Traveling in disguise, going all the way to Moscow, then to Germany, and again Hitler, he was not happy with, he understood the true nature of Hitler. Then, listen to this real life incident. He started traveling to Japan. Where is Germany? Europe. Japan, Asia, this side. So, he was, how can he travel this much of distance? Because Britishers can arrest him, right or wrong? He traveled in a submarine. You know what is submarine? The one which goes underwater. He was in disguise. Nobody knew that he was Subhash Chandra Bose. Submarines, at times, maybe day once or two times, it comes up to take oxygen, to get air and for some kind of recharge. Okay. So, the submarine in which Subhash Chandra Bose and other people were traveling has come up. It was sighted by the enemy warplane and they wanted to destroy it. They started firing on that. And everybody in this submarine, they were in tension. Oh God, I mean, another few seconds, they would have perished. This man was sitting coolly and he was writing something. With great difficulty, that submarine's, the naval officer, he took the vehicle down into the ocean and they escaped. Everybody came to him, "Very man, we are all in such a tension. You are so coolly writing. Who are you? What is that?" I said, "See, at that point of time, there is nothing I can do. I don't want to feel tension. If I am if submarine is in my hands, I would have played my role. I am just a passenger here. What is great and what I will get if I feel tension? Chalo, after all life, you only die once. If you start fearing, every day you get the death. Unfortunately, okay, coronavirus, people should take precautions. This I support. But there are people who are dying 100 times every day. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? This is worse than the real death, I would say. Of course, death is, should never happen. But my point is courage. Today, I was telling this from March onwards. If you are brave, your immunity will be strengthened and you can face the disease even if it affects you. If you are worried all the time, taking precautions is different. Worrying is different. Today, all the doctors are telling that. So, Subhash Chandra Bose, he was not worried. He reached Japan. He met the military officers. And with their help in Singapore, he formed Azad Hind Fauj. He came to Andaman, Nicobar Islands. He freed the prisoners there. He hoisted the national flag. And his army came as close to India as Myanmar. But for the turn of events, he would have been successful in liberating India from the colonial yoke. But mysteriously, he is said to have died in the plane crash. But many people today believe that he was arrested. He spent his last days in Siberia. Once again, recollect, place yourself in the position of Subhash Chandra Bose. You should have become an ICS officer. You are born in a rich family. Nobody compelled you. It was these hardships which made him to realize the plight of people around. I should play a role. There is only one Subhash Chandra Bose in the annals of Indian history. The proud son of the soil. That is life. How many ICS officers would have run the administration during British rule? Can you tell their names? You can't. I too can't. Because they are not that important. Okay, during their lifetime they might have played some role, I am not denying. But they have not played a historical role, surely. There is only one Subhash Chandra Bose. Now let me turn to the other great man, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He came to India when he was 45. He toured country, during this World War, during this pandemic. He became undisputed leader. 1920 non-cooperation movement, 1930 civil disobedience movement, Salt Satyagraha, 1942 Quit India movement. He went on to become father of the nation, and he was assassinated. But for these hardships, but for the colonial exploitation, of course, the seeds of Gandhiji's ideology were sown in South Africa when he was there. But the happenings in India after he returned, remember, he came at the age of 45. Just now I told you, people who are returning from Gulf, अरे 45 तो बहुत ज़्यादा उम्र हो गया मेरे को, मैं क्या करूँ अभी बोल के నేను ఏం చేస్తాను ఈ ఏజ్లో అనుకుంటారు. 45 ఏళ్లకి గాంధీజీ ఇండియాకి వచ్చి అప్పటికి ఆయనకి not many people knew what he was, who he was. He became father of the nation. It is never too late, my dear children, to start a new innings. What you have understood from the case studies of these two great people, but for the hardships, Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, not just these two people, hundreds and hundreds of great people wouldn't have emerged.